Hi everybody, my name is John and welcome to Tons of Science. Now today we will be talking about the phases of matter. Now, what is a matter? Nothing. What's the matter with you? Matter is one of the parts that make up the universe. It takes up space and is made of atoms. Matter can exist in three states or phases: a solid, a liquid, or a gas. When matter is solid, the particles are packed real close together and can't move around. They do vibrate a little bit. Because atoms can't move, solids have a definite shape and volume. When matter is in the liquid state, the particles are spread out a bit. Like solids, the atoms vibrate, but they can spin, which allows them to move around. Liquids don't have a definite shape because the particles are moving around, but they do have a definite volume. When matter is in the gas state, the particles are spread far apart and are moving around pretty fast. So fast and so far apart, they can fill any container you put them in. Here's some examples of the states of matter. Now these are rocks. I found them on the ground and I love them. Now the particles in rocks don't move around, they do vibrate a little bit. But because they don't move around, the rock never changes its shape. And here's some water. I dyed it blue so you can see stuff. Now the particles in water move around a little bit. So when you pour it into a different shape, it fills the container shape like that. And now it's a round thing. Now with these balloons, I can fill it with my air from my lungs. Now watch this. Now, I didn't want to tie these off because I want to show you something. Now, because there's an open end at the end of the balloons, I'm closing them tight right now. But if I let go, they'll escape, like this. And that's the difference between a gas and a liquid. Now, an example of a particle that can go through the different stages of matter is water. Now, imagine this water balloon right here is a collection of water molecules that have been frozen. The particles are really close together and they have a definite shape and volume. Now over here, we have blue water balloons that are in the liquid state. They have a definite volume, but don't really have a definite shape. They just fill the container up. And you know, if this wasn't in the water balloon, it would just spread out across the table. Now these balloons represent molecules of water that are in the gas state. Now they can pretty much go wherever we want because the particles are moving around so fast. And if you see, they just go wherever they want. Put them together, they just fly around. Now how do you get from one phase of matter to the next? The answer is to add or remove energy. Now for water molecules, the energy you need to take away or add is heat. So if I want to take this water molecule that's in the liquid state and turn it into a solid, I have to freeze it. And that gets rid of all the heat that's in the molecules. And that makes all the molecules packed together close and turn into a solid. Now if I want to take this water molecule that's in the liquid and turn it into a gas, I'm going to have to heat it up. Let me show you. Here's an example of how to get water from a liquid state to a gas state. When I put the water in the tea kettle and boil it, the heat from the stove will heat up the water and make the molecules move around really fast and then turn into a gas state, which you can see through that little cloud that comes out of the top of the tea kettle. Now this is still water, but it's in a gas state now. Now this is an example of how to get matter from a gas state to a liquid state. Now I have a glass of water filled with ice. And on the outside of the glass you're going to see water forming. Now that doesn't mean the water is leaking out of the glass. What's actually happening is the water molecules that are in the air are getting cooled down and condensing on the outside of the glass. Alright everybody, that's my show. I hope you learned a lot about the stages of matter. If you have any questions, ask your teacher. She's really smart. Thanks a lot. See you later.